it's Karen, and this is what we are going to make today. This is the stamp set I decided to show, and we are going to do the floating frame technique. And what's really fun about this is you get 2 cards out of 1. So before we get started, comments pulled up here. Just want to show you this fabulous suite. Okay, we'll put the camera down. This is such a fun stamp set. And it has great sayings, lots of seashells. Hello, those of you who are coming on. That is fabulous. So this is the one I put out 3 different stamp sets and said the highest vote was to be the first card I'm doing, because these are sneak peek cards of what's coming out in the new catalog. And we have lots of catalogs labeled, ready to go to the post office now, today. And let me know if you need one. I will put a link in the description because we are happy to send them out. So that would be wonderful. I just want to point out, I love the seashells, and look at the different, just these soft little watercolory looks that go with them. Like, it's fabulous. And then some really fun words like, happy birthday to my beautiful friend. I'm so happy I found you. You are unique and completely amazing. Love you to the beach and back. Friends are like seashells, you collect them along the way. So this is what we're going to use also in this stamp set. And we're not using this today, but look at this amazing die. Oh, we're going to do some really fun things with this. In January, I always do a virtual retreat. It's all online. And this is one of the 2 sets. I always feature 2 different sets with it. So watch for information on that. We get these fun opal rounds. They're these fun stickers that are really, they're very shiny, like pearlized. So very cool, and the paper is amazing. Oh, it's so good to see you guys come on. This is not a usual time that I come on. So point out, these paper are like watercolor, and they're kind of have that same kind of pearlized look. I just think these are stunning. Okay, so here's some. I can only do a few at a time here, I think. I'm gonna pull these out. So I'm showing these are arranged. You're seeing both sides. Aren't they just gorgeous? And then the one we're using today, which I have cut all apart. There's this much left. I was going to point out these seashells. Do you see how they have these kind of watermark kind of under them? That's the other stamps that come in the stamp set. I thought, what a great idea. And then this side is very beachy. I love this too. I'm afraid I'm not going to have enough of this to use because I just can't get enough of these shells. So this is where I'm going to start with. And a little tip, yes, I did fussy cut these. I can't stand to just watch TV. It has to, well, I can if we're really involved in a really great movie or something, but for typical TV watcher, I always need something, and that's when I like to fussy cut. And I did just want to point out that the key to fussy cutting is to hold your scissors straight. And did you see how I'm moving the paper? Oh, it is so much easier to do this than to try to move your scissors around, and then it goes really quickly. And I'm not being all that fussy. And what's really cool, I don't even need to, well, I might as well finish this one since we're just chatting here. But you notice this isn't taking me very long to cut this out. Now, I'm curious how many of you have tried this technique before. But how cool is that? It just looks like they're floating. On these, I used all sorts of the shells. I'm doing the technique the very, very same way today, but I'm just going to focus on the larger ones because it will just go more quickly. So this is how we're going to do it. Kimberly says she likes to cross stitch while watching TV. So that works too, or knitters, or I assemble cards. That's why I love to use glue dots. I always say I'm kind of a glue dot fanatic because I like to just sit and do that. I can't just sit. So I love to do that. And this will be such a fun stamp set. And of course, the catalog goes live in January. So to put this out on this one, now if I were cutting, for certain cards I'll make with this, I would only want the complete shells, but this is perfect since I'm doing this if I'm going to do some edging. So I cut out plenty of edges. And let's see what else I have here. I will pull these out. So I'm going to try to put things as close in as I can. So let's see, we'll just do that. If I put one there, one here, one coming down here. I'm not gonna, just kind of filling in, trying to do this quickly. You know, this is like playing with paper. I love that phrase because that's really what we do. We play with paper. And I think it is so fun to sit and play with paper. Because of course I want to mix some colors in here. So I just get a little sidetracked with just making it all look the way I want it to. And that's really just the fun of this, isn't it? Put those in. Let's see, here's another one of those. I can fit that right there. Let me get some more. I should be able to speed this part up, you know. Now, if I knew how to edit, afterwards I'd take this and I'd make this part go really fast. But yeah, but that's for another year, like never for me to learn. So you're stuck with what you get, but at least we have a good time. Okay, that's looking pretty good. And let me just fit in a couple of more little pieces right in there. Let's see if I have another color I can put in. It's gonna look for another partial one. Those will be the same. That's okay. Okay, now do you see how lovely? I have this all arranged for my cards and I've got plenty to make more. Now I am going to take press and seal. Do you have this in your crafting closet? Jennifer McGuire started this trend, and it was years ago, and I have several videos I've done using other press and seal techniques. I will put one in the link here just to kind of show you what else you use it with. So what's awesome about this is one side is sticky. It's a little sticky. It's not like really sticky. So now I'm going to just lay this over and press it down. Perfect. Oh, and those of you that share, I cannot thank you enough. That is just like the most helpful thing you can do for us. And now I should be able to pick this up. Sometimes I have to press a little more to get it under the cardstock because, you know, it'll want to stick with the highest thing. And I'm going to cut this off. So yes, I could have, it would have been smart for me to have had a smaller piece of press and seal, but you know, I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna get it good enough. Good enough and is good enough is another of my models, because you know, if you aim for perfection, you get a lot less done. That's what I have learned in life. And I can trim it later when I get to that point. For right now, it's, you know, it's just going to be easier to trim when I don't have all this bulk, which is what would have been helpful had I cut that down. But since I didn't, now you're going to see how I get 2 cards out of this. Because I'm going to take my round, this is one of the stitched shapes, and I'm going to put this right in there. This is a little tricky for me to show online. It's probably a little close, but you know, I'm going to take my embossing folder, my embossing machine, but I'm going to put it right down here, or off to the side here, and quickly run this through. So I have that lined up. Put that in, and you see my table jiggle, because I work on an antique library table that's been in my family for many years. I love my old things, but it's not very stable. Now you're going to see how cool is this. I have my 2 pieces. Now this is where I would want to take this, but I think I'm not going to spend the time because you're going to, well, sure. Karen, what do we have but time today? Now it's much easier. If I'd started with a smaller piece, I could have done this sooner, but you know, we like to make a mess. It's kind of what crafting is all about. Go around and trim these. know what? That's enough trimming. I still have another opportunity to trim later. So we'll just move on. You can be as fussy as you want to be. So here's the next thing now we're going to do. I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to peel off okay, watch for this. I'm going to peel off this. And look at this. I'm going to have this for another card. This is already going to be set and done. So how cool is that? And now I'm going to take and put dimensionals all over. So I start with the larger ones. So I can fill in a bunch of space with those. This is a little bit putzier of a technique than a lot of the quick cards that I do, but it really is a fun, dramatic look. So it is worth doing. This one, I might have a little, I guess I could have paid attention, but I didn't, to where they were cutting on the end. Let's see if I can. I'll put a little one there, and I'll put a little one here, and I will cut those off. Oh, that one's a no good one. Take that one off. And I'll cut that. I should be looking from this side because this is the part that I'm going to care about. I don't want them to show here. Okay, so we'll go around. And you know, I could just give up on those, but I really like them. So we'll try it. We'll see if they work. Okay. So how cool is this? And now this is the part we have to watch. It's a little harder. It's kind of funny because I have to be very attentive to what I'm doing, and I'm not usually doing things I have to be very attentive to, and it's easier to read comments then. But I'm not seeing too much. I'm going to just peel these all off. And I will have this on my blog so you can go see all the details and see the completed cards. Now, I could have used a rectangle square here, a square, any kind of shape at all of a die. You know, whatever I'm going to do isn't going to matter, but I just love it because you get two cards. So even though it's a little bit of work, and now look what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this on. I'm going to decide how I want it to go. I'm going to have it go, I don't know. It's just such hard decisions. Okay. Here it is on my card, and now that sticks. So now I'm going to just peel off the press and seal. Is that the name of it again? I won't even remember that. But so this is for when you want to make something that's, you know, a little bit, a few more steps to it, a little more time, but very, very lovely and demanding. Now, of course, I could have lovely and demanding. I could have stamped all these shells because we have that too, but I'm just doing this easy. That's why I'm using die cuts, just so we can focus on this part of it. But you could use anything. This could be stamped items. And I'm just peeling this off. And how cool is that? I think this is just such a fun look. Now, I'm not even going to finish these because I have the finished one here. So you see how this then becomes this. So I just took a strip of paper, added this to some colors. And we're not going to spend the time doing the second one either, but you'll see this is done the very same way. I'll just do this first part where we first peel off the paper, the cardstock part. And then I'm going to do the very same things. I'm going to put the dimensionals on. I'm going to put it on another sheet of paper. And this is how I finish this. So I put some of the words in here. I put the friends are like seashells. You collect them along the way. I'm so happy I found you. I thought they just worked so well together. And then this one is wishing you the very best. And they both have these fun little pearls in them. So that's it. So I hope, I'm going to see if I can turn this up myself. I don't know if this works, but I hope you enjoyed this today. And if you need the catalog, let us know. And this is today's fun little card tip. Bye.